How can we solve the high unemployment rate in Uganda? Because you find that majority of the people in Uganda have qualifications. They have diplomas. They have degrees. Some have masters, doctorates and PhDs, but with no jobs. Grown-ups, adults. The question is, how can we get employment for these people? One notable thing which we have to talk about more so in our education system is that our education system does not favor us. The education system of Uganda is an education system that prepares job seekers instead of job makers or producers. To the extent that someone is going to study from primary up to university and he's only looking forward to looking for a job. He's only taught to look for a job, not to create a job. And that is wrong. And I think that is the intention of government in coming up with the new curriculum, to make sure that these students are prepared in all ways, that in addition to seeking for a job, someone is able to create a job. Now, with the ongoing trend, how do we solve this puzzle? It is incumbent upon the government of Uganda to make sure that it puts this in place. That is, if it is going to solve the job or unemployment crisis in Uganda. Number one, the government of Uganda has to put in place what we call development of talents. Our education system does not develop talents, but every person has a talent. And it is upon government to make sure that it puts in place ways of developing the talents of different people. Talents of football, talents of athletics, talents of basketball, talents of writing, talents of singing, talents of drama. Every person has a particular talent. And it is much easier for someone to get money out of talent than out of something he or she has studied in class. So it is incumbent upon government to make sure that it develops the different talents of Ugandans. And this should begin from primary level to secondary level and university level. Number two, government should make sure that it develops the skills of different Ugandans. Besides the teaching in class, is there any addition that this Ugandan is going to get? And that is what we mean by an extra skill. Other skills like knitting, other skills like carpentry, other skills like photography, other skills like art. They need to be developed from a young age. Skills in inventions. These are the things which are in other countries. When you go to Japan, when you go to China, you find young boys in rooms and they are being taught how to invent things. So you find a child of tender years inventing a computer or a phone, how to make a phone at such a tender age. But our children at 7 years, they are basically playing hide and seek. And yet there is something which can be done. Number three, government should try and develop Ugandans at regional level. We have different regions, and every region has what we call an advantage. At least there is something that comes from that region. When you look at the West has things which come from there. They have cows, they have milk, they have matoke, and many other things. When you look at the Central have what we call land, where they can plant coffee. They have a business area. Their land is prime for business. When you go to the East, they have land that is good for coffee. They have land that is good for carrots. They have land that is good for matoke, passion fruits. When you go to Busoga region, sugar canes, rice, and many other things. So the duty of government is to make sure that it equips Ugandans in every one of those regions, so that at least each and every person in that region can be able to perfectly do that which can be done in that region. And it is the duty of government to put markets in place. Government should establish markets so that when a Ugandan does something, he is able to sell it in this market at a fair price. And then government should get markets in other states where it can trade those goods. In such ways, we'll have solved the unemployment syndrome. So government has to make sure that it caters for interests. Government needs thinkers. This nation needs thinkers. People who can sit and think for it. People who are in touch with the ongoing trade trends. People who know what is best. People who can sit and know which advantage Uganda has over other nations. These are very important issues that need to be dealt with. Now, in such ways, we'll be able to solve the unemployment puzzle. Otherwise, it will not be solved through government giving people money. Because if you give a person money when you've not prepared them, they will just eat it. Prepare them, show them the way, and then later on give them the money to go through that way you've shown them. Thank you.